Good morning and happy Sunday. Have you ever lived through something so long that you started to forget who you were before it happened? He's been in prison for over 30 years, and the only thing he wanted to know was whether the story he writes makes him strange or makes him whole. Now, this question comes from behind prison walls, but what he's really asking reaches far beyond them. This isn't just about a sentence or a cell, it's about being human. It's about what happens when your name disappears from your own story and you're left trying to figure out who you are in the quiet that follows. Here's what he wrote to me. I've lost years of my life to a system that took everything, my name, my safety, my dignity. I'm trying to get some of it back by writing stories, even wild, inappropriate ones, because at least then I feel like I exist. Is that weird or is it healing? This isn't only about incarceration, it's about what happens when any system, prison, foster care, a hospital, even a family, holds on to your life so tightly that your identity gets interrupted. Sometimes, after enough time, you almost forget you had a name of your own. That's what I mean by being erased. Living so long inside someone else's rules that you start to wonder if you still belong to yourself. For some people, the fight to reclaim yourself shows up as a quiet, steady grief. For others, it bursts out of anger. And sometimes it slips out sideways through dark humor, through art that doesn't need to make sense to anyone else, or through late-night journals written just to hear your own words on the page. I've seen it happen in different ways. One man filled the margins of whatever he was reading, sketching faces, drawing characters, building scenes from the words he didn't choose. Ink on his fingertips, smudges along the edges. The story in front of him came alive, and so did he. Even if no one else ever saw it, it was his. That's the point. Sometimes healing begins in the body, not to control it, to own it again. I've watched it in a prison rec room and on psych unit courtyards and playrooms, the sound of shoes scraping on the concrete, the slow sway of someone shifting weight from one foot to the other. No music, no audience. Sometimes it's just about feeling your heartbeat again. Other times it's about making sure the voice in your head is still yours, and that your body is still your own, not claimed by anyone else. That's not exercise, that's a declaration. And then there's speaking your truth. You don't need a microphone, you don't need permission, sometimes you just need to hear yourself say it. That happened, I lived through it. Your own voice echoing back to you, not whispered, not buried, spoken, and sometimes that's enough to crack the numbness open. There's another piece people often overlook, doing one small thing each day that reminds you you're still a person. Maybe it's making something that feels odd but yours, reading something that hits you in the chest, calling that one person who sees you not as a case, not as a file, definitely not as a diagnosis, but as you. It doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be yours. Healing isn't always neat or linear. For some, it's pushing back. For others, it's laughing when no one expects it. And for a few, it's something so quiet, you might miss it unless you're really listening. And yes, healing can happen even after 30 years, and it doesn't have to take another 30. You don't have to wait until you're off the paperwork or out of the system or in a therapist's office. Healing can start right now, right where you are and what you already have. This is what I mean by ridiculously real mental health. Healing that fits your life, meets you where you are, and remind you of the truth. You're still here. That counts. It's got to be enough. And that's where we begin. You don't have to go back to who you were before the world tried to rewrite you. You get to move forward with the truth of what you've lived and the strength of who you still are. And you are not invisible. You are still here, and that matters. Thank you for trusting me with your question. If something I've said today has stirred a memory or truth, or a part of that's been buried for a while, you're not alone. When you're ready, you can share your story with me. Email me at drshannon@kfps12.com. Your story matters here. And if you want more real tools to carry you through the next step, join me on my podcast, First Response with Dr. Shannon. Real talk for real life, especially when there are no easy answers. Thank you for spending your Sunday with me. I'll be here next week. And always remember, you are worth it. Lean into being the best version of yourself, one small step at a time. Because the moment you decide your story is still being written, you've already begun. And I'm here to remind you every step of the way. Happy Sunday.